Hello, welcome to the Higher Education Authority stand. My name is Professor Stephen Simukanga. I'm the Director General of the Higher Education Authority. The authority was enacted or came into being in 2013 through an Act of Parliament, number 4 of 2013. That act repealed the old University Act. It brought in the establishment of the authority. And that was prompted by the fact that in 1999, the government allowed the private sector to participate in the provision of higher education. But at that time, there was no institution that was created to regulate and monitor quality in these institutions. So in realizing that, and of course, there were so many qualifications and institutions, and the government, the public did not have confidence in these qualifications. So this institution was formed, and its mandate is mainly to regulate and monitor quality education in higher education institutions. We do that by registering institutions who want to offer higher education and we use a criteria that we subject the institution to, and that criteria involves looking at governance of the institution, who's going to govern the institution, the management structure or the qualifications of the people in management, the premises themselves. I realize that we've had institutions operating from houses. So now we have to look at the infrastructure. This thing that you want to do, or these programs you want to run, is the infrastructure adequate to cover that? We also look at the safety of the environment, the staff that are going to teach in these institutions. So once the criteria is met, we now come and do a site visit to verify that, yes, what you set or what you submitted is indeed on the ground. Once we are satisfied, then we register you. The next step is, before you start operating, you need to have at least 3 programs, to accredit 3 programs for you to start operating. And then in the accreditation, we look at in the individual program, if it's Bachelor of Economics we want to offer, we look at the content. We involve experts in that field, looking at the content, the curriculum, the qualifications of the lecturers that are going to be teaching. Again, we go into details of the premises, and things like that. Then we accredit you. You start running that program. Then once in a while, again, we come for audits, because at the time of accreditation, you say this is the lecturer going to be teaching. Maybe after some time the lecturer quits and another one comes. We need to check, is the one lecturing still qualified? So we do regular audits. We have so far registered about 60 private institutions. We have 6 public. These are universities. Of the 60, 30 of them are doing distance learning. Of course, distance learning, you don't need the infrastructure like the way UNZA is or CBU, but there is a minimum infrastructure that is needed for you to operate on distance learning. We have again started the accrediting learning programs. We have about 3,000 that we need to accredit, offered or being offered all over in these institutions. We have so far done about 170. It's a slow process because there's a backlog. We found these institutions operating. In fact, we found 35 operating who we subjected to the new criteria. So we need to do all this backlog of accreditation before now we come to normal. Going forward, what this will bring out is that we want to assure the public that the qualifications or the degrees that are being offered in these institutions meet minimum standards. It will take a bit of time because we have this backlog to sort out. But ultimately, we want to assure the public, any university you go to, going forward, you'll be assured that the quality of that particular institution is has met minimum standards, and you can get jobs anywhere. In fact, once we accredit a program, we now take it to ZAQUA so that qualification is registered with the Zambia Qualifications Authority, meaning that you can get a job anywhere in this country and abroad, because those people abroad, when they get your qualification, they will ask ZACWA to find out whether your qualification is registered and the institutions you went to is accredited. So ZACWA then will have that information to assure the people out there. This is the journey we have embarked ourselves on, and ultimately we want our qualifications to meet international standards. We are still a new institution, but we have skeleton staff, but we have started doing the work. And already I think the institutions are aware. They are responding to this very important journey that we are on as a nation. And so that regionally our qualifications are recognized and also international. When we started operating, in fact, effectively in 2016, we faced a lot of challenges. These institutions have been operating. They have their own senates. For example, UNZA has been operating since 1966. Then you have this new body to start monitoring it. So there were all these, resistance, but we embarked on sensitization so that they see that the importance of having, another body regulating you, because this body is just assuring the public that the programs at this institution are of good standard. I think so far, most of these institutions are on board, and they are really collaborating. In terms of the public, what would want them to do? Because as you know, there are so many of these institutions. Some of them we don't even know them. You are driving, you just see Simukanga University, and say, who is this one? When the public want to go to an institution, they can get hold of us, find out whether this particular institution is registered with us. We also have a list on our website, www.hea.org. There's a list of institutions that are registered. But for programs, the public can also find out from us whether the particular program they want to do is accredited. That way, we'll reduce on, unregistered institutions, so that wherever people are going, those are recognized institutions. So we want the public to be on board as well. So that way, together, we can clean up the landscape or the higher education ecosystem as far as qualifications are concerned. We are appealing to the members of the public to come to our stand. It's located near opposite the Zambia National Service stand and next to General Education. We are together with TEVETA and the Zambia Qualifications Authority, so the public can learn more about the three institutions, how we are linked and how we work together, so that we are also giving brochures which have more information. So we are appealing to the public, members of the public, to come and visit us. As you know, the grade 7s, grade 12s will be writing end of this year. So there will be potential candidates to go to higher education institutions. This is a time for them to come and find out which institutions are registered, how they can verify that the programs that they want to do embark on are accredited, and also how these qualifications are registered with the Zambia Qualifications Authority. There is also the TEVET side, the TEVETA. They can also look at the programs that are being offered through TEVET institutions. So we are all in one stand, and the public, members of the public, are welcome to come and visit us.